You've been out on the pitch, it looks quite good out there.
Yeah, delighted. You know, we've had staff members over this afternoon and getting regular updates on the pitch. You know, obviously we were dreading if there was any more rain, heavy rain really between like 3:30 and kick-off time, which would have put the game in doubt. But thankfully the winds are strong enough, I think, to help dry the pitch, and the pitch is in brilliant condition. And looking forward to it. I think when you wake up this morning, and then the conditions through the day, you feared the worst, but delighted we've got the game on because we're all desperate to play now.
You must be delighted to bring back the experience of Stevie Hamill into your side tonight.
Yeah, well, we improvised on the left-hand side a little bit, you know, with young Jack McMillan and Scott McDonald playing on the left-hand side, and that was fine. We got a one each draw on Saturday, but you know, having Stevie Hamill's not only an experienced defender, but he's a super footballer, you know, so he's one that can get the ball down in these conditions and make a pass. So we're going to need that tonight, because with the blustery conditions, you don't want to be launching it. You need to get the ball down. You need to play some football. You've
made a host of changes tonight from the last game. Talk me through your thinking.
Well, we're probably the most experienced team on the pitch tonight. We thought about playing the conditions as well, but also circumstance, and just getting that wee bit more trust. You know, we've tried a few players and tried and give up others opportunities. But I think for now we just need to try and get a good solid performance. You know, I think the conditions will still play a part with the wind. You know, we're up against a Motherwell team who want to come on the front foot and try and impose themselves on us. So we've got to be ready for that. So we've went with a wee bit more pragmatic, went a bit more solid, but plenty of experience in the team. And there's a case for one or two who have played well, but I think you could say that about most weeks. You know, one or two missing out with the strength we've got in the squad.
We've discussed Aberdeen, so let's talk Motherwell now and the importance for them tonight. We want to build on the point they got last time out in Perth. And look, the performance against Celtic here shows that on the big occasion they can deliver, even though they lost in the end. Put up some fight that day.
Well, I think the home form's been decent here. You know, I think they've found it tough on the road. They've found it tough going away from home and picking up points and putting in good performances. So I think the home comforts tonight will suit them. The pitch is a little bit smaller, it means they can get a little bit closer to teams. But having Stevie Hamill back's vital. It gives them a really good balance to the side. You know, Stevie's left-footed, Jack McMillan's right-footed, David Ferguson's right-footed, so a bit unnatural for them to play in that left-back area. Having Stevie back in just gives a better balance to the team.
I think it was also interesting to hear Mark McGee talking about the the footballing ability and the brain that Stephen Hamill brings to the side, because there's no doubt wind is the worst weather for me for football, because it can spoil a game more than any other. And he spoke about it. You have to get the ball down and pass it, and obviously Stevie Hamill's somebody that wants to do that.
They've also got strikers that can make the difference here, don't they? And Louis Moult, 10 goals this season in 15 appearances.
Yeah, he's a player I like, and Scott McDonald, he's getting on a bit, but he always has a big influence in games. But I like Moult. You know, he anticipates things. He's a decent finisher.
They're a front two that I think most sides would take. I really like them. They've got a good balance to them, and they score goals.
I know you like to speak about natural goal scorers. Multi is that kind of one you're talking about. He's always on the front foot, or back foot, whatever foot you want. But he's always
a front foot striker.
I'm confused too.
He'll sniff goals out. Yeah. He's always on the mark.
He's always aware.
Terrific.
He's always in good areas. Finds himself in good areas. His link-up play at times could be a little bit better. His hold-up play, just trust himself and take more touches on the ball. But when he arrives on the ball in the 18-yard box, I always think goal.
That's what I think is a good balance with Scott McDonald, because his hold-up play is really good. You know, he can link in well, whereas you see a lot of the clips there, Louis Moult wants to go and stretch the game, and I think they're a good partnership.
And maybe that kind of striker is the difference between top six and bottom six.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, goals are massively important. Do Motherwell think that they are in a relegation fight this year, so tight at the bottom? Or do you think they're too good?
No, I wouldn't say they're too good. I think they're only a few results away from being in big trouble. However, otherwise, if they can get a couple of positive results, they need to put 2 or 3 wins together. Most sides are looking for to put 2 or 3 wins together just to take themselves away, and McDonald and Moult will play a huge part.
As you reminded us in Scottish Football Extra, one defeat away from perhaps being bottom of the table. You've done your maths.
For Motherwell, yeah.
Okay, kick-off is nearly upon us here. Precious top flight points on the line here on a night when 8 teams play in the Premiership. We'll keep you updated on all the scores. No need to go anywhere. We'll see you shortly for all the action.
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
With Bet Victor's Golden Goal, you get a free weekly prediction to guess the game's first scorer and the minute it's scored. You can win serious money. OK, I've guessed the player, but what minute should I go for? Let's ask the Liverpool manager what he thinks, shall we?
Statistically, most of the goals are scored in the 45th and in the 90th minute. But actually, the average time for the first goal is the 31st minute. But this weekend, who knows? First goal wins.
Bring in the heavy artillery. Now that's how you strike. Mobile Strike. Download and play free from the App Store.
Jägermeister, a creation of 56 roots, herbs and spices.
That moment when time stands still and you wish you never had to grow up. Thompson, discover your smile. Atoll protected.
What's more compelling than a voice in your ear? Even on a dull commute, a voice can conjure anything. Up here, from a diamond the size of an iceberg to an elephant living in a tin can.
Feel every word with Audible. Download your first audiobook for free.
Really? There's...
Is that a sportsman football?
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sports.
We're live at Fir Park tonight for Motherwell against Aberdeen. The game's on despite the adverse weather conditions. So let's hand over to our match commentators, the very, very busy Stephen Craigan and Derek Ray.
Thank you very much, Darryl. Good evening, everyone. On the back of a floodlight failure last week and Storm Barbara today, I'm sure many fans of Motherwell and Aberdeen thought the Scottish football gods were determined not to let these two teams go at it. But it's game on at Fir Park, although the points forecast is rather hard to predict. Motherwell took all three when last the men from the northeast paid them a visit in March. Motherwell manager Mark McGee has made two changes from the side that drew 1-1 away to St Johnstone. Out go youngsters David Ferguson and Jack McMillan. Stevie Hamill is back following a hamstring injury, so it's his 558th appearance for the Steelmen. There is a first start since the 29th of October for Lee Lucas, the Welsh midfielder who originally joined on a short-term deal in July. Scott McDonald has a fine scoring record against Aberdeen with Motherwell and Celtic. 16 goals in 27 matches total. For Aberdeen manager Derek McInnes, 4 changes from the 2-1 defeat at Ross County. With Anthony O'Connor dropping out, there's a return for Ash Taylor in central defence. Mark Reynolds, Motherwell born and an ex-Fir Park playing regular, is alongside him. It'll be Andrew Considine at left back and Graham Shinney in midfield. James Maddison, as well as Jayden Stockley and Wes Burns, begin on the bench. Niall McGinn, who scored as a substitute last week in Dingwall, and Adam Rooney are both given the green light from the off. Stephen is with me. Let's talk tactics.
Well, there's no doubt Motherwell are going to be heavily reliant on Louis Moult and Scott McDonald getting goals. You know, Michael Stewart said at the top of the programme, these guys can drag them away from the bottom. It's an important night to start tonight for Derek McInnes. Well, he goes with an experienced side. We heard him saying that in his pre-match interview. He's gone for experience. Rooney's back in, McGinn's back in. They will be strong tonight.
Aberdeen players at the ready. And Bobby Madden is the referee, third time in charge of this fixture for him. It's lights on and storm fading. Motherwell and Aberdeen officially speaking for the first time this season. Neither team in brilliant form. No wins in 4 for the Steelmen. Just 4 defeats in 8 league matches for the Dons. Scurrying across was Mark Reynolds. I think a new ball will be required. Good luck finding that one. Richard Tate, one of the newcomers for Motherwell this season, to take it. He started every single game. Previously with Grimsby, helped them make their way back to the Football League south of the border. Reynolds just bounced off Considine. Comes off Chris Cadden. We'll be bringing you updates on the other matches as they progress on this Friday night. Keith Lasley for Motherwell. They knit the passes together. It's Graham Shinney doing the hassling. Stephen McManus as Motherwell go from back to front. Blustery night here, Louis Moult. 10 goals he scored in this campaign, Moult. And Logan didn't quite have the height. It was a very good idea. Craig Clay available inside the box.
And it's excellent play by Louis Moult. You know, Derek, we've seen the wind just holding the ball up initially to get Louis Moult through. Craig Clay coming into the back post. Craig's kind of playing off the left. He normally plays in the centre of midfield, but a big chance early on for Motherwell and for Craig Clay.
Aberdeen have Joe Lewis between the posts this season. He has enjoyed being a regular. It's only 9 appearances at Fulham last time round.
And I think playing the conditions tonight is going to be important, Derek. You know, we heard both managers saying they want to get the ball down, they want to play it in the ground. With this swirling wind, the minute it goes into the air, it becomes a lottery, so it's vital the ball stays in the ground.
Mark McGee made a big thing about that in his pre-match comments. Former Aberdeen player and Aberdeen manager. Second spell at the Motherwell helm. It's so tight in the bottom half of the table. Very crowded picture. Motherwell, although 8th, just 2 points clear of the cellar. It's in by Considine. Johnny Hayes picked up a knock just as that was developing. Adam Rooney inside the area.
Johnny Hayes just coming in for a little bit of treatment. As per Keith Lasley, he's the one making the tackle, but decent ball in. I think Adam Rooney just a little bit far out there. It's hard to kind of generate the power from that distance in, but again, another decent cross into the box.
3 minutes have elapsed. Full credit to Paul Matthew, the head groundsman here at Fir Park, doing his bit. I'm sure this game went ahead tonight.
Is that Michael and Chris? No, it's not. Clarence Amber down.
Indeed. Early feeling out stages. McManus forward. Ryan Jack in midfield. He's been coming in for a bit of criticism from Aberdeen fans for his performances. And skipper Shay Logan. Beside him, Graham Shinney. Ash Taylor elects to give Joe Lewis a touch. Logan, that was important for Aberdeen. Now Considine. Too much on it for Rooney. In broad terms, Stephen, what are the keys to this contest here at Fir Park tonight?
Well, I think it's first of all, been able to deal with the conditions, Derek. You can see anytime anybody overhits a pass or doesn't play it right, it carries through in the wind. But I think the first goal, you know, in such a tight game, you can see there's a little bit of nervousness amongst both sides. Getting the first goal will be vital.
Shout for handball. And the decision does go against the Silver Fox, Keith Lasley.
Still competitive, still full of running. Still trying to cheat now and again, Derek, as well.
Well, he is a natural leader, and of course he followed in your footsteps in that regard. Skipper of Motherwell, Stephen. Ash Taylor. Andrew Considine was appealing. Bobby Madden busy today to make his way over to Fir Park in the middle of the afternoon for an inspection. Said the pitch was absolutely fine. Of course, there were concerns about the weather forecast. In the event, not nearly as bad as was suggested. Lasley. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this pitch.
Well,
great nick.
As I keep telling the groundsman, Derek, it should be brilliant because nobody's ever on it. Nobody's allowed on the pitch. Under 20s aren't allowed on it. They have to walk around it every day, but credit to him, he does a great job.
Early goal for Heart of Midlothian against Dundee. Jamie Walker has space here. Johnny Hayes pulls it back, and Shinnie for Aberdeen in the 6th minute. An unlikely source of a goal. Only his 2nd for the club, Graham Shinnie. Motherwell not covering themselves in glory defensively. 1-0 to Aberdeen.
And Motherwell just get caught trying to overplay Ben Hennigan. A little deflection off him, but it's excellent play by Johnny Hayes. He could have went himself. Really, really unselfish work. Just lays it into the path of Graham Shinnie. But, you know, for Mark McGee's liking, the defence is too open. There's too many gaps. But Johnny Hayes, look at that, Derek. Just composure. Just relaxes himself a little bit. Tees up Graham Shinnie. And it's a simple goal and an excellent start for Aberdeen.
Emphatic from Shinnie, and he savoured the moment. And Motherwell have some early thinking to do. Just what the doctor ordered for the men in red.
That's exactly what I said about getting that first goal, Derek. It means you can you know, play the ball a bit further forward, play the game in the opposition's half. It's certainly not the night to be trying to chase the game in these conditions.
Clay and Moult, not quite, gathered by Lewis. First goal for Graham Shinnie since August of 2015 against Kilmarnock.
There's the great debate, Derek, isn't there, what his best position is, whether he's best at left back, whether he's best in midfield. Irrespective, I think, of where he plays, he always puts in a really strong performance.
Aberdeen's fastest league goal of the season, incidentally. Taylor and Niall McGinn right beside the touchline. Can Motherwell respond? Stevie Hamill. It's 2 points from 4 for the Steel men, but back-to-back draws. Hamill forward. Willie Moult. Mark Reynolds closing off the space. More than most, Stephen, about Mark Reynolds and his playing tendencies.
Yeah, listen, Mark's had a difficult time over the past 5 or 6 months. He hasn't, you know, always been a regular. Derek's drifted him in and out of the team, but I thought it was an interesting comment Derek made at the top. But then his strongest team and his most experienced team, Mark certainly is that.
Hamill, it's a dangerous ball, and Taylor had to react to it just in front of Lewis.
Well worked, you know, that's the balance of having Stevie Hamill back in at left back, Derek. That's Chris Cadden almost getting across. But Stevie Hamill's good left foot, they put good crosses into the box.
Richard Tate. It's a windswept night in North Lanarkshire. It's the area by the corner flag that's exposed to the elements. Tate Kenny McLean with a header away. Back it comes to Richard Tate for Motherwell. And up for grabs. It was missed by Joe Lewis. He couldn't get glove on the ball.
And it's a big let-off, isn't it? You know, the first cross initially isn't very good. When the second one comes in, you want Joe Lewis to come, be commanding. He's a little bit lucky, I think, Derek. Very lucky boy.
He's tended to exude authority, Lewis. Just couldn't reach out enough on that occasion. McManus. There's Jack for Aberdeen. Considine. Hayes. Mile again as Aberdeen play keep ball. Heavy touch from McLean. Gets it back though. And that was just a whisker away. Kenny McLean had eyes for goal. It would have been spectacular.
Well, that really was instinctive. I think the ball just dropped to him. There's nothing else in Kenny McLean's mind. He's letting the shot go, and Craig Sampson can't move. He thinks it's getting in the back of the net. A huge let-off from Motherwell. Great strike with Kenny McLean's so-called weaker foot. Really unlucky, but since the goal, Aberdeen have settled and they're moving the ball really well.
Derek McInnes going for a pragmatic lineup, in his words. Experienced team he's put out, and they have the early lead. Scott McDonald. Louis Moult. It's Cannon racing forward. Shea Logan behind for the corner. Clay had arrived on the scene for Motherwell.
And it's such a deft touch by Scott McDonald. That's the clever player he is, the experienced player. And Louis Moult, knowing Chris Cadden's got really good pace. He can get in behind, he can stretch the game. Sometimes the other players can't just keep up with him. That was the case with Craig Clay, but good counter-attack move by Motherwell.
Richard Tate from beside the Motherwell boys. Cheering section. Tate. Motherwell going to cash in this time. It's quite the scramble away by Ash Taylor. Somehow it remains out. Tate again. Lewis. Might be a difficult night for goalkeepers in this weather.
Well, it's surprising that Aberdeen are getting cut out from corner kicks and balls into the box. There's plenty of height. There's Considine and Taylor and Reynolds. Just a simple ball into the box, and Derek McInnes will be slightly worried about that.
It's a long clearance from Lewis, all the way through to Craig Sampson. His second season with Motherwell. Johnny Hayes. Getting into position. Surrounded by McManus. Fine ball it was. Now Shinnie. Happy to take on the shot again, this time off Ben Hennigan.
And there's a threat of Johnny Hayes. That's the quality he's got, Derek. We've seen it time and time again. Just moves the ball a yard. Terrific ball in. Graham Shinnie on the edge of the box, keeping the ball alive, and an important block by Ben Hennigan, but good play again by Aberdeen.
Ben Hennigan, who has given Motherwell an important suit of armour this season. He's been attracting interest from championship clubs in England. Kenny McLean. No joy for Shea Logan. Craig Clay. Calm on the ball. Lee Lucas. Rare start for him. Reynolds. And Considine. And now Lewis. Friday night football here at Fir Park. Lasley. 4 meetings of the sides last season. 1 win for Motherwell, 2 for Aberdeen and 1 draw. Does Motherwell get on with it? Play for Moult. Scott McDonald. That was to line it up for Craig Clay. McLean unable to intervene. Lucas. Disguised pass, but Reynolds just before Cadden. Motherwell looking to make inroads.
Well, Motherwell was a little bit better, Derek. They made 6, 7, 8 passes on the ball, a bit controlled possession as they went up the pitch, and Ryan Jack seemed in a little bit of trouble.
And some distress. The Aberdeen captain. This is what happened, Stephen.
I think it's Craig Clay goes to have the shot, so must have just prodding his left ankle. Is it potentially from Craig Clay? But it was certainly a tackle he had to make, wasn't it? At the edge of his own box, he's got to go in and compete for the ball.
Adam Stokes there, the physio, used to be the Motherwell head physiotherapist. Missed 8 games earlier this season with a knee problem, Ryan Jack. Initially didn't seem to be an awful lot in it.
Just wondering, was it his follow-through leg that caught it? He goes for the tackle. Yeah, I think it's just after. I don't think there's an awful lot in it. I think Ryan Jack was making gestures that it was a little bit of a kick, but I'm not too sure there was.
It's going to have to come back. Taken by Tate for Motherwell. Decent ball it was, and it's a brilliant equaliser from Scott McDonald. And he loves playing against Aberdeen. No two ways about it. His favourite Scottish opponents. Level pegging.
And you talk about improvisation, you talk about trying to do something different. That was absolutely terrific. He's not even facing the goal, Derek. He knows it's behind him somewhere. He just tries to help it on, and it's an absolutely wonderful finish. Derek McInnes will be livid. He's down to 10 players. Ryan Jack's off the pitch, and lo and behold, they go and concede. But again, it's another cross, Derek. We've seen corner kicks, we've seen crosses from open play. Aberdeen haven't been comfortable defending crosses tonight, and they've been punished.
Well, you've got it to the veteran, and Ryan Jack had left the field of play. A wondrous goal from Scott McDonald. Seen too many better ones than that in the Premiership this term. Jack is now back on the pitch. Aberdeen trying to get forward once more. Forward by Jack, flicked on by McLean. Lasley. Motherwell buoyed by that equaliser. Lucas. McDonald brings the ball under control. Moult standing up to him was Reynolds. Now Logan. Lasley. Well, that's the sort of challenge the Motherwell fans love to see from the skipper.
And it's just lifted the atmosphere in the ground, hasn't it? I think even the intensity of the game has gone up. Aberdeen getting the goal, Motherwell getting the second goal. It really is game on. I think Motherwell are now in the mood. Aberdeen certainly started better, but that's what Keith's always been around for, Derek. A big slide tackle, an old-fashioned slide tackle.
He's never afraid of them.
Do you know it's the one thing groundsmen hate, the slide tackles, because they have to go and repair the divot.
I'm sure Paul Matthew was wincing as he watched it. He's done a terrific job here at Fir Park.
Really has, Derek. I think gone are the days when Fir Park was always a laughing stock and the pitch was poor. You bring in good people, you get good playing surface.
Tate. There's McDonald. And he never stops. Complaining. All part of everyday life for Scott McDonald too.
He wouldn't be the same if he wasn't moaning, Derek. He would not be the same little guy if he wasn't moaning about something.
It's like a good whinge. Here's Jack. Seems to be moving a bit gingerly. Having come back onto the pitch. Reynolds for Aberdeen. Towards Rooney. Rooney, who hasn't scored from open play in any of his last 9 appearances. Hamill, the best of passes. Hamill goes in and fouls McGinn.
Too sure Stevie Hamill thinks it's a foul. I think he bumps into the back of now and again, and more often than not the striker's going to get it. But as you see Ryan Jack just hobbling about the pitch there, he doesn't look comfortable at all, and Derek's going to have to make a big call soon. If he's going to struggle throughout the game, he's going to have to get him off.
We'll continue to monitor that situation. Johnny Hayes, and Greg Sampson has it, one bounce into his clutches. 20 minutes into the game. Has been lively. A pair of early goals. Graham Shinney for Aberdeen, Scott McDonald, an absolute beauty for Motherwell. It's McManus stabbing it forward that time. Here's Hayes. Went McDonald. Jack. McLean. Pressure being applied by Lasley. Rooney chesting it into the stride of Johnny Hayes, thrives on running at opponents. Hayes, shuffle one way then the other. Lucas, pocket picked by Shinney. Strong play from Graham Shinney, and Niall McGinn takes over. And it came off McGinn last of all, goal kick. Just a reminder, coming up on Boxing Day, 9 PM on Boxing Day, BT Sport 1 for the Ladbrokes SPFL highlights programme. We're back with you on Wednesday, 7:15, BT Sport 1, live from McDermott Park, St Johnstone against Rangers in the Ladbrokes Premiership. Well, Stephen, how would you sum up what we've seen so far?
Well, I think Aberdeen started better. You know, they looked more of a threat, getting the opening goal, probably deserved it. But since Motherwell have scored, Derek, I think they've come right back into the game and had opportunities. But, you know, it certainly is a very competitive game.
Hayes. Shinney. Showing too much of it to Lucas. Reynolds. 4 changes by Derek McInnes tonight in this Aberdeen lineup.
Just trying to arrest a little mini slump, will you call it that, Derek? You know, performances haven't been unbelievable since the cup final. They've dropped points, so Derek's just trying to get back on winning ways.
Ash Taylor is 50-50 possession-wise. Lasley. Lucas. Hamill for Motherwell. Donald, Reynolds for company. No foul. Shea Logan. Motherwell supporters not too happy. Scott McDonald likewise, but it ought to have gone his way.
I'm not too sure there's a lot in it. I think there's certainly contact in the back of Scott, but Scott will continue to remind Bobby Madden for the rest of the half that he should have had a free kick there.
Spiky character, Scott McDonald.
I think it actually brings the best out of him, Derek. Yeah. You know, when he plays on the edge and he's fired up for the game, I think that's when you get the best out of him. And, you know, he certainly is a top player, no doubt about it.
Aberdeen move the ball, and it's Kenny McLean with that rasper. Sampson, and is it a penalty? Yes. Adam Rooney was up inside the 6-yard box. Sampson had to get involved, and an opportunity for Aberdeen to regain the lead here.
Well, initially it's a decent strike by Kenny McLean. I think the ball moves. And I think it certainly looks more there like Adam Rooney has kicked the goalkeeper. I think Craig Sansom is fully aware he can't go diving out. There certainly is contact of some sort, whether it's goalkeeper to player, whether it's player to goalkeeper, I'm not so sure. But Bobby Madden was quick to point to the spot. It's a big decision at a pivotal moment.
Adam Rooney has converted 16 of his 17 penalties with Aberdeen, not including shootouts. It's Rooney against Sampson, and Rooney denied by Sampson, but there's Adam Rooney to follow up and score. A goal anyway. Well, Sampson thought he had done his job, but it's Adam Rooney's goal, and it's 2-1 to the Dons.
And it's really unlucky for Craig Sansom. It's a decent save, it's down to his left, but Adam Rooney's momentum, he's always in the front foot, he's always moving forward, so if the ball pops back out, he's alive, he's alert, and he gets a goal, a crucial goal, a big decision by Bobby Madden, but Adam Rooney won't mind. He's stepped up at the big moment and got the goal.
Not a look at the actual incident, how much contact there was.
Well, I think there's certainly contact, Derek. As I say, I'm not too sure whether Adam Rooney goes towards the goalkeeper to try and initiate contact, but there's contact. And I think there must be trouble on the bench. I'm guessing Mark McGee and James McFadden aren't happy.
So Bobby Madden trotting over. Mark McGee saying his bit. Everything being explained to the Motherwell boss by Bobby Madden. What Mark McGee is saying is many decisions haven't gone Motherwell's way in this half so far. Penalty or not, Stephen?
I don't think it is, Derek. I think the way Adam Rooney's running, he's actually running away from the ball's off to the left, Adam's going away, so listen, his knee catches his elbow, of course it does, it brings him down, but is he getting onto the ball? I'm not so sure. So it's a big decision by Bobby Madden either way.
So he's fuming, Mark McGee. Entertaining so far. Of course, any striker will tell you if they feel the contact, they believe they're entitled to go down.
Absolutely. Listen, if there's contact made, Adam Rooney has every right to go down. He puts the onus on the referee to go and make the decision, and it's went in Adam's favour.
It's one thing to look at it in slow motion, it's another thing to view it from Bobby Madden's position. So it seems the future will be video referees. The pilot programme has already got underway. The play is going to continue despite the fact that Shinnie is on the ground. He's in pain. Now it goes out of the boot of Tate.
I think it's the tackle of Ben Hennigan. Ben goes in very strongly to win the ball, and to be fair, his studs follow up and catch him just below the knee. So Graham Shinnie's quite rightly in a lot of pain. I'm not too sure there's a lot of intent from Ben. Ben's certainly getting to win the ball, but if you just look at his right foot after he plays, after he makes the tackle, follows just below his shin.
Well, he's been a bit fortunate, Hennigan, I think, when you look at that. I think it falls on the reckless category. Reckless, which of course is yellow. Excessive force required for red.
That's not in his nature, Derek. He's not that kind of natured boy. But, however, the tackle was made. Certainly if Bobby Madden had seen it in slow motion, I think he might have been looking for the cards.
I was just saying, Stephen, that video referees are coming in various countries. And in the future, there would be an opportunity for somebody else, a video referee, to have a look at that and advise the referee as to what has been spotted.
I think it's bang on, Derek. Referees, naturally need as much help as they possibly can. The game's so fast, decisions happen so quick.
Talking of Bobby Madden, the referee, you can see how far away he was from this penalty incident. Had to make a judgment call.
I'm not actually too sure if he can see the incident of play. He actually gives himself 2 or 3 seconds before he blows his whistle and points for the spot. So that's the joys of being a referee, Derek.
Yeah, never easy. Now offside, Scott McDonald made the move with the ball at his feet. Ronnie Conker, the assistant referee with the flag up, rarely gets offside decisions wrong.
And he just goes slightly early, doesn't he? He's trying to just get the run on Mark Reynolds. Mark Reynolds is reasonably quick over the ground. Scott's just trying to get ahead, but just went too early.
He's known as one of the best in the country when it comes to offside. Ronnie Conker, who's the assistant referee on this near side. Considine. Now Hayes bounces off Considine. Goes Motherwell's way. An ironic cheer from the home fans.
Yeah, I think Motherwell feel a little bit hard done by the fans DNA with the penalty incident and what's going on. So, yeah, ironic cheers exactly direct around the stadium.
15 minutes remaining in the first half. Just run through the other scores. Johnny Walker penalty for Hearts in their game at Dens. 0-0 in the other two matches. Johnny Hayes tripped up by Louis Moult.
It's become a little bit scrappy, hasn't it, the last 5 or 10 minutes? It's stop-start game, there's free kicks, people getting the referees back, so there's no real flow and rhythm to it at the minute.
Hasn't been an easy venue, this, for Aberdeen in recent years. Only 6 wins actually in 24 league games against Motherwell, full stop for the Dons. Pass by Jack. Here's Hayes. Driving towards the byline. Considine has the responsibility of taking it. McLean and the leap by Rooney, and he liked the idea. Adam Rooney. Just a reminder that it's Scottish Football Extra next Friday, 7 o'clock on BT Sport 2, and that will get you in the mood for Heart of Midlothian against Aberdeen from 7:30. BT Sport 2. Tynecastle will be rocking.
It absolutely will. Absolutely. It's always a great venue, Derek. Aberdeen, I think they've already sold out their allocation, so
yeah.
One we certainly look forward to again.
Hayes. McLean. Bundled to the ground. There's Ben Hennigan. Well, McManus actually was the player who went across to deal with the threat posed by McLean.
It's another dangerous area for Niall McGinn to put a decent ball into the box. Aberdeen have got good height.
Hayes and McGinn pondering this. It's going to be left to Niall McGinn. Keeps it on the ground. And over the top it goes from Kenny McLean.
And it was clever, you know, it's trying to do something different. Is there anybody getting blocked? There's not. It's just a simple ball into the box, and Kenny McLean will be disappointed he hasn't made better contact and got it on target.
Storm Barbara, as the meteorologists are calling it. Not sure why they have to have a name nowadays. Didn't used to. Wild weather was enough. Jack was composed. Rooney goes after it. It's McManus shepherding it through to Sampson. McLean. Fending off Lucas. Hayes. Tate and Cadden working together on this right for Motherwell. Louis Moult, what a signing he has ended up being. 18 goals last term, his highest ever total in one season. 10 already in this campaign. Lucas threading it through. Lewis has it for Aberdeen.
You just feel if Motherwell are going to get back into the game or get themselves back level, Scott McDonald's going to have a huge part to play. You just think when he gets on the ball, Derek, you feel as if something's going to happen. So they're trying to get him involved as much as they possibly can.
Stephen McManus, who has started every single game for Motherwell this term. There's another ball that has cleared the roof, in this case of the east stand. This happened in 1895, Fir Park. Also have serious drainage issues here. The pitch a lot better than it used to be. Apologies for the bad language our microphones picked up just seconds ago. Considine, shrug of the shoulders. Judged to have fouled Cadden. McGee, who was such a key player for the great Aberdeen team of the late 70s and early 80s. Forward by Tate. Don's able to shuffle it forward through Considine.
I think Derek McInnes will be pleased the response of his players, Derek, after last week's defeat at Ross County. I think they've been solid. You know, they haven't been free-flowing or, you know, full of attack, but certainly been efficient in their performance so far.
McDonald. Ash Taylor to safety. Tranmere Rovers defender. Anthony O'Connor in the starting lineup this evening. There's Reynolds. Beside Taylor. Hamill. Play for Motherwell. Lewis. No difficulties encountered.
See the movement in the ball again. It's always just this kind of bottom half of the pitch. Just when the cross is coming in, the ball's moving offline. So Joe Lewis had to be alert.
Swirling wind. I think it's going to let up. In fact, the forecast telling us it might get stronger later tonight. Probably not great news for the Aberdeen fans heading home, making that long journey, 153 miles. Moult, Johnny Hayes putting in a shift defensively. Here's Graham Shinney, who's able to evade the attention of Tate. Hayes, switch of play was on. Logan had got forward on the right. McDonald and Lasley as Motherwell build again. Clay, Hamill, magnificent Motherwell servant. Moult, and Mark Reynolds. Now Bobby Madden thinks about it. Points to the spot. It's another penalty, this time for Motherwell, and it goes against Mark Reynolds, the former Steelman.
It's another huge call from Bobby Madden. Scott McDonald, it's Keith Lasley. Keith makes the first touch, and I'm not too sure that's a penalty kick, Derek. You know, I think there's certainly contact. Keith nicks the ball onto him. It certainly brings him down. You know, whether it's a real difficult one to call. Keith's obviously got I don't know if it's Keith's shoulder or his knee, but Bobby Madden took about 5 or 6 seconds to make that decision, Derek. So it was clear in his mind. You know, you just wonder how much, given the first penalty, plays in his mind, and he feels like he has to give it.
Keith Lasley requiring treatment. Aileen Anderson, the physio, out there inside the penalty area. As we said, it was a hectic day for Bobby Madden even before a ball was kicked in anger. So spot kick awards. Johnny Hayes and Scott McDonald talk it over. Thumbs up there from Aileen Anderson. One more look at this, Stephen.
I mean, Keith quite clearly gets to the ball. I think he's trying to lift it over Mark's leg, and the fact that Mark follows through, his knee actually kind of hyperextends, doesn't it? You know, a little bit. So it's his right knee is certainly the issue. So Bobby sees it quite fit to give a penalty. So both, I think, could have been given as penalties, and both could have got away with them for me, Derek.
So knee on knee. Another massive moment in this game. Louis Moult to take it for Motherwell. Moult and Lewis and Moult and off the post, and McDonald this time. It's pinball. Aberdeen clears away. Reynolds, unbridled joy in the Aberdeen end away to our right. 2-1 it remains. Good heavens.
Wow, this game's got absolutely everything. Penalties, missed penalties, bookings, everything going on. Really, really good action. You just wonder how much the delay, Derek, actually put him off. It's come off the post. Scott McDonald's had a shot, and Mark Reynolds eventually, relief, clears it, and complete different reaction from Louis Moult. Can't believe it.
Well, not what Mark McGee wanted. The delay that you referenced, Stephen, was around 2 minutes. Aberdeen still in front. Now McGinn scampers towards the area. Shinnie taking aim once more. Logan's header. Shinnie. Lasley. Louis Moult has got to shrug off that penalty moment. McLean. McGinn's header, but not into the path of Hayes. Johnny Hayes again. Considine. Hennigan beside McManus. Reynolds. Picked on by Rooney. Shea Logan. Goal kick it'll be. Well, let's go back to the penalty itself. Ryan Jack inside the box before that kick had been taken, and it was Jack right back on the line, off the post. His great clearance. Still 2-1 to the Dons.
Well, it just adds to the drama, doesn't it? You know, the game in general, you know, the conditions have played a part, but it's made it a really interesting and exciting game.
Knocked away by Taylor. Another new ball required as the weather gets ever more ferocious. Stevie Hamill. No foul there. Scott McDonald taking exception to the fact that the whistle didn't sound. This was by Tate. Hennigan. They'll do an excellent job of scouring the lower leagues in England, particularly the Vanarama National League in England. Head of recruitment, Martin Foyle. And Logan unable to get there. Spin forward by Clay. Free kick to Aberdeen.
Derek McInnes will just want to get to half-time. Derek unscathed. They won't want any more action, any more attempts on his goal. They just want to get the players in 2-1 up and just keep them going.
Inside the final minute This furious first half. A half chock full of talking points. Shinnie. Just held back a bit by the wind. Graham Shinnie and now Niall McGinn. Over the head of Adam Rooney. Richard Tate. He spent most of his career in England, hails from Gala Shields. Now Shinnie steadies himself. Big deflection! Corner it'll be, right on 45 minutes.
Graham Shinnie really has been a driving force for Aberdeen in this first half. Does well to hold Lee Lucas off. Once he enters the box, it's always difficult to make contact in case he goes down for a penalty kick. Moves it onto his right. Good block in the end by Hennigan, but good play again by Shinnie.
There'll be a minimum of 2 added minutes. This is Aberdeen's first corner. McGinn takes, and Taylor forcing Sampson into action. Ash Taylor's header.
It's a vital save. It's good movement by Taylor. Just gets away from Steve McManus. Sampson has to make a smart save down to his left.
Hayes and McGinn are there, and Ash Taylor! Oh, it was there for him, and Taylor knows it.
He should have scored, Derek. He's got a free header 6 yards out. He's a powerful, strong player. That's his strength, is in the air. He should really have put this game to bed almost at half-time. It could have been 3-1. Huge let-off for Motherwell.
Remember that moment if Motherwell battle back. Here's a goal for St Johnstone, Murray Davidson at Rugby Park against Kilmarnock. Watching half-time there as well. Motherwell free kick. Takes. Disappointing. Aberdeen should be able to see out the half now. Action-packed, Stephen.
It certainly has. You know, it's been great drama. I'm sure both managers are on the edge of their seats. They'll be a little bit nervous. But the game's alive, Derek. You know, Motherwell are certainly well in this game. Mark will have an important half-time team talk just to rejuvenate the players, just to keep them going. And for Derek McInnes, it's a good, solid, strong first-half performance from his side.
What a wild first half to go with the weather here in North Lanarkshire. Graham Shinnie got things started. Scott McDonald, a peach of a goal, a couple of penalties. Adam Rooney finally scoring 2-1 Dons.
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sports.
I can't see clearly, has the race begun? Most of the greens obstructed, that's in my way. I think there's a fight somewhere down there.
Just because your view's restricted, it doesn't mean your winnings should be. With the new and exclusive Cash Card Plus from Paddy Power, you get instant access to your winnings anywhere. That's the spirit, cheesy, restricted view fan. Paddy Power, you beauty.
Leave a light on in the wild, shining.
Life's better at the flick of a switch. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
Join my alliance and prepare for victory. Bring in the heavy artillery. Now that's how you strike. Mobile Strike. Download and play free from the App Store.
Discover pure indulgence at Ernest Jones, where a diamond's quality is judged by the 4 C's. Cut, colour, clarity, and carat. How about a 5th C? Chocolate. Only Levian creates jewellery with chocolate diamonds. Ernest Jones, for moments that matter in love and life.
Callum Lynch.
We've traced your bloodline back 500 years. We've been looking for an artifact, and we need you to get it for us.
Prepare the animals.
What do you want from me?
Your past.
Wait a minute.
Welcome to the Spanish Inquisition.
We are assassins.
Assassin's Creed in cinemas January 1st.
Hurry! The EasyJet sale is now on. With up to 20% off 400,000 seats. Book yours today. Why not?
Prepare for a vast world of personalised sports news, live notifications and up-to-the-minute scores at your fingertips. Download the ESPN app now.
The kitchen. At Wix, we know it's not just meals that are made here, but moments, memories, and masterpieces. Wix Kitchens, 28 stunning styles designed to fit perfectly around you. Let's bring it all to life. Sale now on. Wix, let's do it right.
Jägermeister, a creation of 56 roots, herbs and spices.
The Mercedes-Benz A-Class from £259 per month.
When jazz first hit New York hit back. One man heard no color in music. All John Hammond wanted was great jazz.
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
What a game we've got here at Fir Park. Half-time, Aberdeen are leading by 2-1, and here's what we've got to come over the festive period. On Boxing Day from midday on BT Sport 1, you can see the National League match between Aldershot and Woking, and then BT Sport Score from 2:30pm that day, and a cracking game in the Premier League on New Year's Eve, 5pm for Liverpool against Manchester City. Michael Stewart and Chris Sutton are here. We better get right to it because lots to get through. It seems like a long time ago that Graham Shinnie put Aberdeen ahead. And it was from a mistake, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Motherwell will be kicking themselves here, right from this position here where Lucas plays a 40-50 yard pass back to Samson. I don't think he needs to do it, and it's a poor ball out from Samson. It puts Hennigan under all sorts of problems, but it's a poor clearance as well. Full credit to Aberdeen, though, they capitalise on it big time, and it's a nice finish. There's a great layoff from Johnny Hayes, just plays it into Shinnie's path when he can strike it first time.
Shinnie back in midfield, playing well in there.
I mean, Mark McGee said before the game about playing the conditions. That was just a stupid pass on a night like this. Tremendous finish from Shinnie.
No need to take the chance.
No need to take the chance. Put your foot through it, get up the pitch. You know, you talk about playing the conditions. It's windy, it's not easy, conducive to playing slick, quick football.
But it's on the deck. You know, so I don't see what the problem was with that.
The big problem was he was wayward with the pass.
Well, that's the thing, but I don't think that's anything to do with the conditions. I just think it was a poor pass out from Samson.
Put your foot through and get up.
But then
they got caught. Every time the ball's gone back to the Aberdeen keeper, he's put his foot through. They're taking no chance.
We've got a lot to talk about. Should we move on and look at a wonder goal by Scott McDonald to equalise? What a finish this is, with Ryan Jack, of course, off the pitch at the time. Not sure, would that have made a difference?
I don't think so, because you look at the number of bodies that are already in the box there. Aberdeen have got plenty of bodies back
Maybe
to
he could have prevented the cross coming in, though.
Well, stop the cross. Shinnie should do better, shouldn't he? But let's talk about the beauty of the goal. It is an absolutely stunning finish. One of the best goals you'll see this season. brilliant innovation, absolutely terrific. Lewis, no chance.
No, we were sitting right behind it, and you saw it, all the way. And as soon as it left his boot, you knew it was going in the back of the net. It was a great finish, great bit of skill from Scott McDonald.
And then penalties to talk about. Adam Rooney, 1-1. Should it have been given?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. I think that when you see the replay, that there is clearly contact. Craig Sampson's going to be very disappointed that he spilt it, but he catches him. And Chris made the point when the game was live. If you look at Sampson's reaction, see his foot and his hand catches Adam Rooney's right foot. Just see it here. Right foot on right foot, and then his hand as well. It's clearly a penalty.
Bobby Madden's quite far away from that.
Yeah.
Has he got it right?
However he got to the decision, I wonder whether he was onside. It was the correct decision. Poor penalty from Rooney, but credit to him for following up.
Looks better on the goal scoring chart as well. It's not a penalty, it's
a give him that from open play.
Yep.
Yeah. And we wondered after that, could Motherwell have gone down to 10 men? Ben Hennigan with a really robust challenge.
Shocker.
Should have been a red. Is that excessive? Absolutely, red card all day long.
It makes you wince just watching it. So I think that says everything. Look at that there. His knee rocks. I tell you, he is so fortunate, Graham Shinney, that it's not a couple inches further across the middle of his knee. Otherwise, his cruciate, his whole knee would be snapped. That was a shocker.
And then Motherwell won a penalty. Keith Lasley up the other end. Is this the right decision?
And again, I think the correct decision. It's knee on knee, isn't it? Yeah. Lasley. He's clever, little ding.
Even though Reynolds gets the ball first time here in the challenge.
Yeah, but it's a follow through.
It's a follow through. It is a penalty. And what happened next?
It was chaos.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, Moult should score. It's a poor penalty. Should score the rebound. What is Constantine?
I know it's windy, but that would have been the best one.
Well, Constantine had an absolute belter up at Ross County last week where he left the ball and it fell in the back of the net. That would have been 2 in 2 weeks of incredible goals that he was involved in. But I think Louis Moult will be disappointed he didn't get a better strike when the rebound came back to him.
Just as well this game was on. What a game we've had here. It is the tale of the penalties. Adam Rooney, as we said, he won one. Samson brought him down. He scored just in the end. Second time of asking. Then up the other end, it was Louis Moult's turn. He's been in good form this season. Lasley won the penalty. Moult missed and could not follow up. Can't wait for the second half here. We'll see you shortly.
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
Whatever your sport, get closer to the action with Betfair. Bet on our biggest ever range of in-play markets. Betfair, the creators of in-play betting.
The Mercedes-Benz A-Class from £259 per month.
In the Cotswold Company Winter Sale, you'll find furniture that's even more affordable than you might think. We've taken £50 off our rustic Oakland chest. This Chester small bookcase is now just £125. We've taken £100 off our Hudson sideboard. And this timeless regatta wardrobe is now only £499. The winter sale, now on at the Cotswold Company.
Engaging conversations and a shot at finding the one. That's why I'm on Elite Singles.
EliteSingles.co.uk for single professionals.
Cooker catastrophe? Your local hero can help at Euronics. This Neff built-in 4-zone induction hob with touch control and complimentary pan set is only $349.99. And now you can save £50 on this Neff single oven with a slide and hide disappearing door. Now only $499.99. Online and on your high street. Big Brands superhero service. Only at Euronics.
I really needed to make up the hours. I didn't ask for the flu last week. I need help. Quick, think.
Restore some order. Find out more at quickquid.co.uk.
I
want to be
protected.
Learn more at kaspersky.co.uk.
Presenting the Shiatsu Max 2.0 from Homedics, proudly #1 for home massages. And the Shiatsu Max 2.0 is Homedics' most popular back massager. Choose the style that works for you, from shiatsu or rolling style massage for full upper or lower back, to the spot setting to focus on a particular area. Plus, the seat even vibrates to massage your upper legs and thighs. Designed to mimic the hand action of a massage therapist and provide an enhanced lumbar massage, the Shiatsu Max 2.0 is great for people who suffer from tension in their muscles. And the padding in the sides and seat will cocoon your body in comfort.
During a Shiatsu Max massage, I just feel comforted and really contented.
It really is enjoyable to use.
Genuinely, I love the Shiatsu Max 2.0.
Relax and unwind with the Shiatsu Max 2.0. Now half price and available at leading stores. Or call us directly or go online to order yours today.
Amongst the ruins of our fallen world lie riches beyond belief. Wealth, respect, glory, power. All yours for the taking. Dungeon Hunter 5. Download for free.
New Year's Eve at 5. Raise a glass and celebrate the Premier League's firecrackers.
Oh, what a goal that is! That is sensational! Super strike! And he's still going on, that's fantastic! Simply brilliant!
Celebrate the new year with screamers and a bang! Champagne football this New Year's Eve. Liverpool v Man City, exclusively live on BT Sport. Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
Aberdeen are leading here, and we can't wait for the second half because you just get no idea what's about to happen here.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic first half, and considering everything that's happened leading up to this game, I don't think anybody expected it was going to be as entertaining as it has been.
Motherwell are making a change. Dom Thomas is coming on for the second half as well. Yeah. Not exactly sure why, but
well, he's a tricky wide man. May give them a different option in wide areas. They need to get the goal and get back into the game. So why not
get the ball into the box all the time with that wind swirling?
100%. And there's been a couple of occasions where, especially down the left-hand side, times where Hamill's had the ball, he's had no width in front of him at all. So I think that, from a Motherwell perspective, they do need to try and get a bit of width into the game.
In these conditions, they are tough, aren't they?
And Aberdeen, are playing the conditions, getting the ball forward early, winning the second ball. And, this is an important 45 minutes for Derek McInnes. They've lost the way in recent weeks. So, they've got to see this game through. It's vitally important.
Okay, no changes for Aberdeen. Back over to Stephen Craigan and Derek Ray.
And mental fortitude will be significant for Aberdeen in the second half. They lead 2-1. Confirmation of the Motherwell substitution. It's Don Thomas on for the captain, Keith Lasley, who picked up that injury in the first half, going back to the penalty incident. Difficult to catalogue all the big moments in this game. First half flew on by. Mark McGee just had a quick word with Bobby Madden on the referee's way back out. So it is Motherwell attacking the goal to our left in the second half, playing towards the Davy Cooper stand. It does evoke memories of a certain 6-5 game back in October 1999. It was Motherwell 5, Aberdeen 6. The goalkeepers were Andy Gorham and Jim Leighton. And Stephen, you had a part to play in that.
Well, I did. I came on when it was 2-0 to Aberdeen, Derek. So for the length of time I was on the game, we actually won the game 5-4.
Well said.
So there you go.
Making a very compelling case there, Stephen. Enjoyed it. It's McManus who moves it forward. It bounces around Dom Thomas. Interested to get your thoughts on Dom Thomas, Stephen. You see him a lot in training. Young player, we've heard a lot about him in the last couple of years. How about his development?
He's actually threatened to make an impact in first team games, Derek. He's always threatened to do it, but he's never actually fulfilled it as much as what he would like, or the expectation around this football club, to see what he can do. So it's a big night for him. It's a big 45 minutes. Mark's put his trust in him. He's put him on ahead of Lionel Ainsworth, so Dom has to go and deliver.
A mistake by McManus, Rooney, and now McGinn as it opens up for Aberdeen. Shinnie powering into the box. Not the ideal ball from McGinn. Hayes. Johnny Hayes buzzing around. Followed by Thomas. Early stages of the second half here at Fir Park. So delighted we have a game to watch, to commentate on here. Was it a bit of doubt earlier? I think Aberdeen fans were asking the question, should they make the long journey here to North Lanarkshire? Decision reached in the middle of the afternoon. The weather hasn't really deteriorated. Yes, it's windy. We've seen bursts of heavy rain. It is Scotland in December. News of a goal for Partick Thistle. It's central defender Liam Lindsay on target in Dingwall against Ross County. Partick Thistle right there at the bottom. Might not be the case after the games this evening. Motherwell 9th, hypothetically, at the moment in the as it stands table, which we might show you later.
I think, to be fair, Derek, Partick Thistle, leading up at Ross County, tough place to go, but I think the performances have been better than results. So Archibald looking for a little bit of relief.
Callum Patterson, the second Hearts goal, away to Dundee. There's Johnny Hayes. Hamill forward, that is offside against Malt.
Again, just trying to steal a yard. His first instinct's to go forward. Sometimes you've got to be aware around about you. Do you have to go short then to go long in behind? So his first movement was always forward, which is quite rightly put him offside. But you just wonder, well, Derek McInnes have just said at half-time, let's put the ball forward. Let's play in the opposition half. Take the pressure off ourselves and try and keep the pressure on Motherwell as much as we possibly can. They're leading the game. Aberdeen don't need to go chasing.
Taylor. Shinnie, who went up for it, together with Lucas. Jack. Narrowing it in the general direction of Rooney. So, as it stands in the bottom half of the table, my goodness, that is tight. Motherwell 17, just 1 point off the bottom.
I don't ever remember it being so close to it with so many teams. You normally get one team who falls off. You get, one or two fighting for that relegation or that playoff position. But incredible how there's so many teams involved.
They're all gathering points. There's been the smell of fear in that bottom half. I think that's fair comment. Thomas. McDonald unable to get there. Reynolds just cutting off the supply. So the blitz table, top half. And it's Aberdeen there with 31 points if they were to win tonight. Shea Logan. Flicked on by Adam Rooney. It's Hennigan who steered it forward. Taylor. Considine. Keeping possession will be important for Aberdeen in this half. Manus. To take any risks. Just going back to that 6-5 game from 1999, there were two hat-tricks. Robbie Winters for Aberdeen, John Spencer for Motherwell.
I was just starting to forget about it again there, Derek, and you've put it back up.
Sorry, Stephen. But it is one that comes up in conversations every so often when you think about the last 20 years or so of Scottish football. Knott's pass, McLean was onto it. McManus, and now Sampson. It's the 5 clean sheets for Greg Sampson this season. He's not going to be able to add to that total. Logan. Sending it back to Lewis.
Just we can see, Aberdeen are not letting Motherwell get into any kind of rhythm. Not letting them settle on the ball and make passes, always looking to break it up. And a very strong professional performance so far from Aberdeen.
The Dons in 3rd place. Well, those who argue that is about level par for them if you talk about budgets, expectations. McLean. Of course, they had designs on 2nd. Eventually getting ahead of Rangers. Lost at Ibrox recently. McLean. Excellent pass it was. Hayes on the move. Takes on Tate. Johnny Hayes. Adam Rooney. Now it's McGinn. Scuffed it. McManus with a clearance. Only to Jack. Jack, the Aberdeen skipper. Aberdeen looking menacing again. Who wants it here? Jack and Shinnie. Considine. Hayes. Rooney beaten on the air by McManus. A little swirl of pressure from Aberdeen. Darren O'Dea has scored for the Dark Blues of Dundee. 2-1 now. Aberdeen might be able to add to their total. Shinnie has done plenty of attacking. He let things off. Scorer of the opening goal tonight. Scott for Motherwell to get men forward. Louis Moult. Game that is swayed between the boxes. Scott McDonald. Kenny McLean goes in. That's a free kick to Motherwell. McLean is furious.
And the all-action game continues. I think Kenny McLean actually just bundles into the back of Scott McDonald. He does win the ball. Bobby Madden is right on the spot. We'll probably get a better angle here. I think Scott actually maybe almost kicks Kenny McLean, but Bobby Madden right behind it. But it's good play again. Aberdeen on the attack and Motherwell on the attack. A really entertaining game.
Can Motherwell make the most of this set play? Louis Moult and Stevie Hamill. Scott McDonald wanted to get involved in the conversation. It is Louis Moult. Good take by Joe Lewis. Both hands on it.
It was going to take something special from there, wasn't it, to beat Joe Lewis? Not enough pace in the ball to go and beat him, so comfortable save in the end, but decent enough free kick from Louis Moult.
4 goals in 1 game against Hamilton in September, Louis Moult. Shinnie. Here is Jack. Reynolds. Considine. Johnny Hayes. Aberdeen's live wire. Moult and back away to Lucas. Hennigan. Joined in June from Chester. 92 matches in all for Chester. Cadden. Well, keen to get Chris Cadden on the ball, but it doesn't work out here, and it's Aberdeen's turn. McLean, Logan. Rooney. Deft turn by Kenny McLean, and a lot of space on that left-hand side for Hayes. Johnny Hayes running at Richard Tate. Right across the face of goal, fished in by Hayes. Aberdeen unable to finish it off.
And he's such a threat as Johnny Hayes. When you give him so much space, it's always very difficult as a full-back to get close to him, to put pressure on him. He's got a head of steam up, he just moves the ball. That's a wonderful ball across goal, and Adam Rooney really should have been trying to get in the end of that. Great play by Johnny Hayes.
More encouragement for Derek McInnes. Seen passages of really good football from Aberdeen tonight.
You just think that little change with Keith Lasley going off. Aberdeen are dictating midfield. I think Graham Shinney's getting the ball. Ryan Jack's just being neat and compact, and Kenny McLean's getting on it as well. So they've certainly won that battle in the second half.
Scott McDonald, tied by the touchline. Moult slipping as he released the ball. Here's Tate. The red shirts back. Considine, who took charge defensively, and tearing forward. Andrew Considine for Adam Rooney. McGinn. McLean. Logan has gone high up the pitch on the right, and Kenny McLean goes the other way. McGinn. Northern Ireland international. Adam Rooney. Nick on the ball. Lucas did it a bit. Hearing it from the Motherwell fans. They should have been more direct. Hamill. Hard to imagine Motherwell without Stevie Hamill as a regular. Playing without Keith Lasley now, this game at least. Jack.
Motherwell struggling to find a rhythm. They're struggling to get Scott McDonald on the ball, Louis Moult on the ball. I just think at times Scott McDonald and Louis Moult are just playing too high up the pitch. One of them potentially has to drop in and try and play off the back of Ryan Jack.
Johnny Hayes. He's not having it. Motherwell ball. Chris Doolan has added to Partick Thistle's advantage in Dingwall. 2-0 to the Jags. Going to be off the bottom.
What they have to say on current form, that'd be a bit of a shock, Derek.
Yeah, I think so too. We actually take Partick Thistle up to 8th. Again, as things stand, other scores can alter things. Jack, it was kept alive by Graham Shinney. Reynolds, Considine. His 14th season with Aberdeen, Andrew Considine, and arguably the best defender this season. He's taken a lot of unfair stick in the past.
Just continually churns out good performances, Derek. He's a solid performer. He's a centre-half playing at full-back, and he's done very, very well, so credit to him.
Shea Logan, open space to run into. And off the head of Tate. Corner to Aberdeen.
And again, it's good play by Aberdeen. They're moving the ball well. They're moving Motherwell from side to side. They're playing through the middle. I think Richard Tate thought that Johnny Hayes was behind him. He wasn't, so gives away a needless corner, but Motherwell have to go and defend it properly.
Graham Shinney will take this one. Ash Taylor squandered. Had an opportunity earlier in this game. Shinney, and it's Taylor. Well, he thought it was going in. Close from Taylor.
I think they're actually trying to work a block. It's Steve McManus who's supposed to be picking him up. I think Andrew Considine is just being a hindrance for him. But again, another free header for Ash Taylor. He'll feel, after the game, he'll certainly feel, you just see Steve McManus just in the middle of your picture, just getting blocked off a little bit. This ends up Craig Clay trying to make a challenge, but Ash Taylor, huge let off again for Motherwell.
Aberdeen ahead in terms of attempts. Attempts on target 2. Rooney looking to give Hennigan the slip. Tate got back there for Motherwell. McDonald attracting the attention of Reynolds.
He really does well at sometimes just relieving the pressure. He just puts his body in front of Mark Reynolds, almost forces Mark to give away a free kick, just relieves a little bit of pressure and gets Motherwell up the pitch. I used to hate playing against him, Derek. He was so strong physically, on the ground, is, kind of low centre of gravity, really physically strong and hard to move.
Difficult opponent. Molt flicks it out to Thomas. At the start of the second half of Lasley. Clay's pass. Tried Motherwell in the summer after a trial. Again, and well, that was a different sport, I fancy. Craig Clay. Easiest yellow card of the night from Bobby Madden.
It's just good pace from now and again, and I think that's what frustrates a lot of Aberdeen fans, Derek. He can do that, he can take men on. They just want to see it more often, and Craig Clay couldn't do anything but bring him down. So good play by McGinn and a quite clear yellow card, as you say.
Aberdeen giving the impression that they have a pretty firm hold on the reins at the moment. Hasn't been anywhere near as chaotic in this half in comparison with the first. Again, sends it in, and Considine, well, he almost had an accident trying to get over the advertising board. 2-1 it remains.
That again is an unbelievable ball, just takes everybody out of the play, and Andrew Considine didn't score, had to jump the horn, so he's lucky he hasn't hurt himself, but he'll probably feel like he maybe could have scored, Derek. He's got himself into a really good position, and then he's eating some gravel.
No damage done. And Rooney, arms outstretched, looking over towards Bobby Madden. No free kick given. Considine, another play on this occasion. Ladbrokes SPFL highlights are coming your way. Boxing Day, 9 o'clock, BT Sport 1. Craig Brown, former manager of both clubs. Interestingly, when he was the Motherwell manager, he had a thing about the visiting fans. Thought that they should be in the upper tier of that stand. He's probably happy the Aberdeen fans are in the lower tier, but the theory was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Stephen, he wanted the fans to be as far away from influencing the game as possible.
Totally correct, Eric. He also tried to change the dugouts here at Motherwell as well. He wanted the dugout in this, the Motherwell dugout on the other side, so he could affect the linesman's decisions. All crazy things Craig done, but a great man of football.
Yeah, super manager. Great to see him here tonight. Look at his Scotland record as well. Compare that to the last few who've been in charge of the national team. You appreciate Craig Brown even more. McLean. To remember as well, Craig Brown solidified Aberdeen before Derek McInnes came in. It wasn't an easy job at the time. It was after Mark McGee's spell in charge.
I just like the way Aberdeen are managing the game, Derek. Derek McInnes said at the top of the programme about putting his most experienced side out. You can see it, they're managing the game well, they're moving the ball, they're making positive decisions, they're not taking any risks. This is the Aberdeen side we remember from last year.
Taylor, cut out by McManus. McDonald using Thomas. Play, and Shinnie is penalised. Kicks the ball away. Annoyed with the decision. He's going to get get away with a talking to from Bobby Madden. No card for the moment. Has to be a bit careful, Shinnie, because if he does get booked tonight, it will mean a suspension going forward. It wouldn't apply until the new year. Does Motherwell get on with it here? Oh, it's off the crossbar. Hennigan was up. And that almost caught Aberdeen out. There's no penalty. McDonald went to ground, and now the Aberdeen counter-attack. Kenny McLean gliding through midfield. To veer away from Hennigan. It's going to be routine for Sampson. So it came off the boot of McGinn. This was McDonald inside the box, Stephen.
Well, there's certainly no let up for action. I think Scott's waiting for contact. He's hoping Andrew Considine's going to connect him. He didn't really touch it, but again, Louis Maltley's having a tough night. He's missed the penalty. He's hit the crossbar. The game again, as I say, Derek, the action continues.
It was Louis Moult. He had Hennigan by his side, but it clearly came off the head of Moult. Whistle's gone here, non-stop. Ungainly by Considine.
I think there's a punch in the face, there's a pull down. There's everything happening tonight, Derek. Really, really full of action.
Stevie Hamill to deliver. Comes to Clay. Offside is up. That will not count.
There's certainly been plenty of emphasis on the officials tonight, but that's a great call as well. Scott McDonald is in an offside position. He doesn't get himself back onside, so really good decision by Bobby Madden and his team.
Just revisit this, the woodwork. Moult.
It's such a good ball, isn't it? But you see Scott here, he's waiting for contact. He's hoping Considine's going to come tight. He doesn't, and he falls over.
Shinnie, McGinn. Helter-skelter sort of game. Niall McGinn. Corner is the outcome. Shinnie together with Tate.
It's another terrific ball, and you know, I think there's been great deliveries tonight from both sides. Johnny Hayes did a couple, Niall McGinn. We've seen Richard Tate's free kick, so defenders have had to go and clear the ball and had to be in good positions.
Again, been quite deliberate. Here comes from again. Oh, it's Considine this time. Latest header off the aluminium. Reynolds, he's going to be shown the yellow card. Mark Reynolds.
And you can just see the players coming together. Again, it's Ash Taylor this time who makes the block, and it's Andrew Considine who gets the run. The Motherwell players are, claiming for a free kick. You just see it there. Andrew Considine gets the free header. It's a great header, it really is, and it's a huge let-off for Motherwell. They haven't defended set plays well enough tonight.
That's why Reynolds found himself in the book of referee Bobby Madden. Considine coming very close. 21 goals for Aberdeen, only 3 of them at Pittodrie. McGee surveying the scene as Motherwell continue to chase this game. McDonald, Shea Logan just beating McDonald to the punch. Inside the final 20 minutes. Going to Motherwell. Stevie Hamill with it. Craig Clay. Manus. Now Lucas for Tate. First time ball from Richard Tate. Ash Taylor away. Hasn't been a night for standing on ceremony. Thomas, it's a ball that has stretched the Aberdeen defence, and a touch there means a corner.
And the great deliveries from wide areas just continue in this game. It ends up being a good touch from Ash Taylor. It's a decent ball in from Dom Thomas, but an opportunity for Motherwell now to get themselves in the box. McManus and Hennigan, Craig Clay, Louis Malt, all big boys.
Motherwell knocking on the door. From McManus and Malt. Maybe Hamill is about to take it. Maybe Martin has a little bit of sorting out to do. Hamill, comfortable for McLean. Getting away at the near post. Thomas, back to Hamill. Thomas. Great fall for Cannon. Not quite the fight back by Dundee. Paul McGowan has scored their second goal of the evening at Dens against Hearts. 2-2.
So Ian Cathro was probably starting to enjoy the game, Derek. You go 2-0 up, always comes back for 100.
Now.
Oh, nothing bad. No, I'm just saying, you know, he's desperate for his first win. He gets himself 2-0 up and he's probably thinking, just go and manage the game. So it's 2-2.
Now, that's an interesting challenge from Ryan Jack. He's the latest player to be cautioned. Scott McDonald on the receiving end. That's something to say to Scott McDonald on the way past there.
I've been watching it all night, Derek. I think it's all coming from throw-ins. Scott's being physical against them. He's putting his hands out. He's trying to make contact. He's trying to make it into a wrestling match. I think Ryan Jack maybe a little bit unfortunate with the yellow card.
So Aberdeen have more defending to do. In by Tate and Lewis. Was commanding goalkeeping, Johnny Hayes. Andrew Considine. It's Kenny McLean. He's played his way into trouble, but they fouled by Clay. McDonald and Jack exchanging pleasantries after that. Verbal chess continues, Stephen.
Yeah, you know, I'd said in the first half about Scott being fiery, and you know, I think it's a clear pull. It's a free kick. Certainly, I'm not too sure if he even prod on him, but yeah, Scott likes to get involved. He's upset his team are getting beat. He's wanting to get back into the game.
This game, incidentally, being watched by a crowd of 3,428. Just under 800 Aberdeen fans.
Terrific effort. It's one thing Aberdeen fans do, Derek. They follow in numbers, they support their team, they back their team, they want success. Of course they do, they've had it over the past few years. So on a Friday night before Christmas, great effort to come down here.
And they do it through thick and thin. 3-0 to Partick Thistle. Chris Erskine. Surely with a goal that will make absolutely certain a victory in the Highlands tonight. Not sure how many Thistle fans have made that long journey, but those who are there will be ecstatic. Johnny Hayes. Rooney went up for it. Shay Logan couldn't quite find the ball. Here's Kenny McLean. Too much loft.
Again, it's Johnny Hayes. He's the man of the moment. He's the one player you think when he gets the ball, he's going to make something happen. Another teasing ball into the box. Kenny McLean, excellent little dummy. He'll be disappointed he hasn't hit the target. You know, he's just going to try and keep it low and hard. Put on the target, try and force the goalkeeper to making a save. So, disappointing ending for Kenny McLean.
So Johnston against Rangers is coming your way on Wednesday, 7:15. That'll be on BT Sport 1. Another game from the Ladbrokes Premiership. Two teams in the top half.
Just a little nudge. I think it's quite a clear free kick.
accuse Scott McDonald of not possessing game intelligence. He knows what he's doing out there. Considine. If you are his opponent, you must seem like a constant nuisance.
Probably hear his voice in your sleep.
Here is McDonald.
But on his day, he's a great player, Derek. He's still got that quality of holding the ball in, linking up play and getting goals, as we've seen tonight.
It was a very classy goal from Scott McDonald. To make it 1-1, but 2-1 Aberdeen here. Adam Rooney. The goal that present stands to give the Dons victory. Somebody else is going to join the yellow card club, and it is Scott McDonald. Here's why.
I'm not too sure there's an awful lot in that, Derek, if I'm being honest. I think there's other ones he certainly give away free kicks, but he's surely entitled to stand his ground and put his body in between the ball and the defender. If the defender runs into him, then that's the defender's problem, but I'm not too sure that was a free kick or a booking.
Bobby Madden, the man in the middle tonight. Considine. McGinn. There's Kenny McLean for Aberdeen. It's beyond Rooney, it's Logan, and out it comes to Adam Rooney. Will be a goal kick.
I think John Thomas will feel a little bit lucky, Derek. He'll certainly be relieved. I think he tries to let the ball go, and Logan keeps it in. Rooney's alert, always expecting the ball to come. Just hit it into the side net.
Lionel Ainsworth is going to come on for the last few minutes. Stephen's thoughts on that in a second. As Jack picks it out of play. Scott McDonald just in the process of taking the throw, but Bobby Madden points over towards the technical area. And it will now be Lionel Ainsworth. So Chris Cadden will take no further part. You were telling me during the interval, Stephen, you thought it might be a second half for Ainsworth. Perhaps wanted to see him come on earlier.
Well, I think when you're in the game, Derek, and you're struggling to get the breakthrough, and Motherwell really are struggling to get through, you need to bring someone on who can open the door and can take someone on, put a cross, potentially score from long distance. So Lionel ticks all those boxes.
A bit of a streaky player. Always a potential match winner. Now Hayes, McGinn. Looking for the third goal that might finish off Motherwell once and for all. Does have great wheels, Ainsworth. Pacey.
Just glides, Derek, and he's one of those players that when he's running, it's effortless. When I was running, it was a hard day's work to even get moving, but when you see Lionel moving, he just glides through the air.
Again. Aberdeen grabbed that third goal. Sampson to foil Hayes. Superb goalkeeping from Craig Sampson.
Really is a top drawer save, and it just keeps Motherwell in the game. But it's Johnny Hayes again. You know, positive play, taking men on, getting shots off. His deliveries have been terrific. It really is a vital save from Craig Sampson.
So often the catalyst for the Dons, and he's going to take this corner. Might be McGinn. They're together, we'll see. It's actually end up being Niall McGinn. Oh, it's missed everyone. Reynolds was up. Considine unable to make contact. Here's Jack. Thomas. Motherwell using Tate. County pulled one back. Just watch as Motherwell trying to play it into the penalty area. There's Thomas, and there is Lewis. William Boyce with his 11th league goal of the season. Does appear to be something of a consolation effort only, though. 3-1 Thistle. In Dingwall, 2-1 to Aberdeen here at Fir Park. Ryan Bowman was about to come on there for Motherwell. Sure, they've had a change of mind.
He seemed all set to go, didn't he? You know, so it must be in Mark's mind. He's wanting to make another positive substitution. He needs to get back into the game. He needs something from it.
Ben Hennigan. That's ordinary. Groans from the Motherwell fans in front of us.
I mentioned earlier about Aberdeen managing the game well. Well, it's 8 minutes to go plus injury time, so Derek will be looking for the experienced players of Ryan Jack and Ash Taylor just to settle things down and try and see the game out.
Play. Thomas. Movement off the ball from Malt, but it's Jack with the important intervention. Corner.
It's a great little pass, isn't it? You know, it's just under hit ever so slightly. Good run by Lewis Malt. Good ball through by Don Thomas, but another corner kick for Motherwell to try and put the pressure on.
Ainsworth takes. Back it comes to Lionel Ainsworth for Motherwell. Whip and dip on that one, and they'll do it again. Another set piece coming up with a little bit more than 7 minutes left. Ainsworth. That was quite the leap. Stephen McManus hanging in the air.
He just seemed to be up very early, didn't he? You know, he couldn't get enough power. He's actually on his way back down when he goes to head the ball back towards goal. So disappointing header by Steve McManus, but relief for Aberdeen.
Aberdeen going to stop the rot tonight. Recent results not great. Never easy coming here to Fir Park. And Rooney together with Stephen McManus. Just a slip there by Malt. Was confronted by Ash Taylor. Lucas for Hamill. McLean's foul. Catching Clay.
It's clumsy more than anything, wasn't it? Just kind of bundled into the back of him, and Derek McInnes wasn't too happy because it's another dangerous area for Motherwell to put the ball into the box.
Ryan Bowman is now stripped for action, so Motherwell will be making another change. Ainsworth. It's got enough delivery. It's Ryan Jack with the clearance. Played by Captain's Park this evening. When Bowman comes on, it will be Motherwell's final personnel change. Hamill looking for options. Logan. That suits Aberdeen down to the ground. So now the Motherwell substitution, one that'll see Stephen McManus go off to be replaced by Ryan Bowman. So an attacking player for a defender, Stephen McManus asking the question. Can't possibly be me, can it?
I think it looks like they'll probably go to a 3-4-3. You know, I think Stephen Hamill, Ben Hennigan and Richard Tate will be the back three, and Ryan Bowman will go and play as a third striker.
So 16 goals in 41 matches for Gateshead in the Panorama National League last time round. Scottish Football Extra is on the air next Friday, 7 o'clock. That'll be on BT Sport 2. And it will lead you very nicely into Heart of Midlothian against Aberdeen. Our live Friday night game to see out the year. Hennigan and now Sampson. This game ebbing away. Motherwell without a victory in any of their last 4 matches. It's just 1 point from the most recent 2 home games. It's fair to argue Aberdeen have been that bit better, a bit more polished.
They have been, you know, it probably hasn't been as fluent as what Derek McInnes would want at times, but I think, you know, they're back to their old self. They're being efficient in what they're doing, they're making good decisions, not taking any risks. That's what makes them a good side.
McInnes, Tony Docherty. Talking tactics. It's almost job done for Aberdeen, but not quite. They are with Ainsworth on the pitch. Speculative pass from Lionel Ainsworth. Through it goes to Joe Lewis. Anthony O'Connor, defender, is about to come on. Big man from Cork. Pass by Thomas. Logan.
You think Derek's just probably going to counteract Motherwell's substitution and change of shape, just bring an extra defender on and just try and see the game out.
Thomas. There's Taylor, making sure nothing untoward happens. As Aberdeen inch ever closer to victory, and a much needed one.
Well, it has been, you know, their aims and ambitions are to finish second, get back into European football again under Derek McInnes. So winning games like this on a Friday night before Christmas, when it's a tough venue to come to, but also to close the gap in Rangers and put the pressure back onto them.
I'll begin. And Hennigan takes charge at the back. Still time for Motherwell. Tate. By Bowman. Again chasing after it. Trying to push it through the legs of Craig Clay. Did well that time. Lucas. Takes off. Tate. Oh, and he's lost custody of the ball. Johnny Hayes. Don't want to be doing that against Hayes. Rooney waits in the middle. McGinn's there too. Niall McGinn! Cracking goal to finish it off. It's going to be a very Merry Christmas for Aberdeen. Niall McGinn, 3-1.
Well, there's absolutely no surprise that Johnny Hayes is involved. He's been terrific all night. He's been Aberdeen's best player. He's probably been the best player on the pitch, but just when you want him to lift his head, play with a little bit of composure, that's exactly what he does. Drives to the goal line, pulls it back, and what a terrific finish by Niall McGinn. Predominantly right-footed, but just uses his left, just nice and relaxed, just helps the ball into the corner, and it just rounds off a very good second-half performance, in particular from Aberdeen.
Fantastic finish from Niall McGinn in his 200th Aberdeen appearance. There'll be a minimum of 3 added minutes. Here's Logan. Rooney. Get there before Hennigan. Ainsworth. Johnny Hayes setting it up for McGinn earlier. No way back for Motherwell.
Just when, as we've seen now in the picture, but when Johnny Hayes is on the ball and he's informed, Derek, he's great to watch, isn't he? He's free flowing, he takes men on, it makes the game look easy at times.
Let's see if Aberdeen can find a fourth. Mark Reynolds. Anthony O'Connor has been waiting. McInnes didn't need to use him, but will now. And Johnny Hayes, tremendous performance, greatly appreciated by the red and white clad Aberdeen fans. So O'Connor, the defender, one Irishman for another. And Johnny Hayes being serenaded by the Dons fans.
Rightly so.
And a big turnaround in the Dundee Hearts game. It's Marcus Haber in added time at the end of that match. 3-2 Dundee. That's we're level on points with Aberdeen at the start of play. Aberdeen with a game in hand. There's going to be a bit of separation there. Aberdeen looking up at Rangers, who are at home to Inverness tomorrow. And there's space here for Scott McDonald, but Joe Lewis attending to the situation. Hamill, Thomas. Motherwell have given it plenty. The moments in the second half. Tate in there, and the header by Bowman. So it was going that little bit wide.
Yeah, I think they've played their part in an entertaining game, Derek. They've been competitive in the game. Moments, the penalty miss will always come back to haunt Louis Maltby. Felt he probably should have scored.
It's the perfect Christmas present for the men from the northeast. Victory for Derek McInnes here at Fir Park tonight. It was a crazy first half. The second half a bit calmer. Niall McGinn applying the finishing touch after Johnny Hayes had broken free on the left-hand side. Shinnie and Rooney on target for the Dons. Rooney unable to convert from the spot, but followed up to score. Scott McDonald with an outrageous goal for Motherwell. Louis Malt's failure to score his spot kick looming large. Bobby Madden with a busy day and all, beginning this afternoon, declaring this match on. And it's a good thing from the neutral point of view that he did, because it was highly entertaining. Aberdeen will return home with the 3 points. The final score reads Motherwell 1, Aberdeen 3.
Derek, Stephen, thank you very much indeed. That was an excellent game, and here's what we've got to come on BT Sport in Scotland over the festive period. On Boxing Day, it's our Ladbrokes SPFL highlight show. That's from 9 p.m. in BT Sport 1. We're back with you on Wednesday the 28th for St Johnstone v Rangers, 7:15 p.m. It's more Scottish football extra next Friday as well. Next Friday from 7 p.m. on BT Sport 2, and it's a big match that night as well. Hearts against Aberdeen from 7:30. So here's some results. One game still in progress as well. That's at Dundee, who have made a stunning comeback. Hearts were 2 goals to the good there away from home tonight, but 3 goals for Dundee and a late one from Marcus Haber. There was an injury to Don Cowie in that game, so they're slightly delayed. They're still playing elsewhere. It's Kilmarnock 0, St Johnstone 1. Murray Davidson scored, and Ross County 1. Partick Thistle 3. They were bottom at the start tonight. Not bottom anymore. Well, we were wondering all day this game would be on. In the end, we were served up some super entertainment on this Friday night. The Dons the winners, and Derek McInnes will be delighted. We'll review a lively night next.
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
Really?
this. Is that a sportsman football?
With Bet Victor's Golden Goal, you get a free weekly prediction to guess the game's first scorer and the minute it's scored. You can win serious money. OK, I've guessed the player, but what minute should I go for? Let's ask the Liverpool manager what he thinks, shall we?
Statistically, most of the goals are scored in the 45th and in the 90th minute. But actually, the average time for the first goal is the 31st minute. But this weekend, who knows? First goal wins.
When I was a kid, I needed an expensive pair of orthotics. They didn't fit into any of the shoes I liked. I'm Kegan Schuenberg, founder and CEO of Soles. We make affordable 3D printed orthotics.